Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. It's Christelle Martinette, and I'm here with a light that's not working. Okay, I'm here with the forecast for 2019, and I know it's back to back and everything, but I wanted to get before the end of the month. I wanted to get these 2019 forecasts out, and I will be then coming back for the first week of January with the January readings. Let me see. Welcome to the chat. I can say hello. Yes. Okay. So that's working. I'm working with a new computer, so I'm a little worried that it's not going to work. I have the Lenormand cards here, and what I'm going to do is put out a nine card nine card spread. This is for Aries. A nine card is wrong. It's a mini grand tableau, which means it will be 4, 4, 4, and 4. It's the inside square of a larger grand tableau. So let me lay the cards and show you. Very interesting here. Let me put on my specs so I get a good eyes view of things. It's cold, but there's no snow here. All right, look. Now, let me show you these cards. Remember, they have houses, and it would be just a second, 8, 9, 11, 14, 15, 16, 17, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 20, 21, 22. All right, let me check. This is the ship. Hi, everybody. The clover. The ring. The man, the gentleman. Aries, this is the fish. These are the fish. We have the tree. The lilies. The whip. We have the anchor. The book. The letter. The coffin. The wolf. Sorry, the fox. The fox. The bouquet. The snake. And the moon. Now, they're all numbered, as I said, and they each have a house, but each house has a certain meaning that I'll go through. And depending on the card that falls in, I'll work with 3-month periods, the first quarter, the second quarter, the third quarter, and the fourth quarter, and the influences. Well, first of all, let me tell you the general tendencies, and then we'll go into the quarters. Beginnings and endings. We have a beginning and an ending here. I see for you, Aries, you're going to kick off the year with the trip. You're going to be moving. You're going, not moving, but you're actually going. I see you going, for many of you, over water. And it is moving right into an area of surprises. It's quite interesting because the lucky aspects that occur to you this first quarter especially, okay? I'm going to talk about the first quarter. Let's talk about the first quarter. That's going to happen to you especially has to do with the relationship, okay? With a stronger bond. And here I'm talking to the ladies with a man. So let me give you the general tendencies for each quarter, and then I'll tell you in different domains of your life. Now, in the second quarter here, I see that those of you who have your own business will be thriving. All right, there will be, if you weren't before, there will be a greater income, a greater cash flow. Things will be feeling lighter. You'll feel the weight off your shoulders, and not only your health is going to be stronger than it has been. And this is a welcome surprise, even for those of you or those of us who are entering maturity or who have become mature, I'm seeing that this is a turning point in terms of your health as well, to the positive. And it is precisely the maturity that will allow you to move towards certain aspects of healing for you. Now, this has to do with Aries who are of any age. There is the notion that, okay, let me take charge. I'm going to take charge of my health. Let me study about what, years ago it used to be aerobics. Everybody, the fad was aerobics. Now there's more of a different type of care. Now, also, there is, we have to say that there's going to be in the second quarter, so I'm talking April, May, and June. Okay, April, May, and June, there's going to be a lot of talk in the family. And that talk will concern coming back home, either children coming back home, you wanting to go back home, selling a home, trying to change a home. And that's going to happen in the second quarter. Then we come into the third quarter here. And what I'm seeing for you, Aries, is a lot of stability in an area. For those of you who have an activity that has to do with speaking, with speaking in the public, which will allow you to come into contact with others, but on a one-to-many basis. Giving talks, motivational talks, giving training courses, things like that, helping people, say on the internet. Much like I'm doing as now, but even other, webinars, giving webinars, organizing things like that. They will be very profitable, very lucky for you. And this is in the third quarter. So that's January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. We're covering the those months, July, August, and September. Now, in that period, there is there's a number of little insidious things that may occur, obstacles that the cards seem not to want to express totally. I'm going to take another card over that later, but it doesn't seem that they're talking, but it seems to do with things of obstacles, something that will come across your paths. And when that happens, when this occurs in the cards, it's usually because you're not meant to know, because you are meant to be able to then think on your feet. So what did I do to find out about that, about the obstacles? Well, I've got the rider, the clouds, and the dog. This has to do with something that's momentary. Okay, that's relegated to that quarter, July, August, September. Also to do with someone, it could have a number of different meanings here. Could have to do with someone coming back into your life and having it shake your, the foundation, the orientation, you having take the rug from under your feet. And however, it's someone you already know. And it's someone that you have had to deal with before, someone that you care about very much. They're very nice cards, but you're not supposed to know. Okay, so let's say I didn't say anything. Then decisions that are to be made. There's also a lot of, there will be news of someone falling ill. And I believe this could be something to do with a person close to you. Has nothing to do with you, but well, they are close to you, so that will affect you. And this is the third quarter, July, August, September. Then we round about the fourth quarter. And what I'm getting here is that you're going to have to try to make decisions that are very unique, that you've never made before. Money matters that you have to deal with, that you're just not used to dealing with, but you're going to have to deal with them. It will also have to do with communication that you receive loving communication from family members. This could also be people rallying around, the home front saying, okay, Aries, friend of mine, don't worry, we're here for you, that type of thing. Now, the influences, there are two here, the male and the female influences. This is the fourth quarter, so we're talking October, November, December. A man in your life is going to create, like I said, even I mentioned it before, disorientation. And not only disorientation, but there's a profound sense of love here, a profound sense of love. And I'm not talking about boy meets girl meets boy. I'm not talking about any age group here. This is a highly spiritual encounter. This is a soul, someone who's on your soul path. It could be a soulmate, and it could be someone who keeps crossing your path, life in and life out, and they're in there. So the end of 2019 will be this shock, and then the realization that, okay, I can no longer run. Now, in terms of different areas, new beginnings and endings in 2019, beginnings and endings, well, there will be both a beginning and an ending. There will be the end. Of course, here I have the relations. I can't show you as I read, but there are relations of knighting and mirroring. And what I'm seeing here is there is the end of a love and the beginning of a new love. There is also, again, I see a male. I'm turning towards the females. And if you're an Aries male, you will be going to back to a love of yours. And the surprises, the surprises in the beginning of the year, January, February, March, right after the new year, are going to be so exciting for you and so surprising and very lucky surprises. Now, there will be an ending, and like I just said, beginnings and endings, there will be the ending of a love and the beginning of a love, but a specific ending, even of a contract. If you're under contract for work, that is going to end. If it doesn't end in that period, it will, the realization that you want it to end, or that you get inkling, you get, you understand that it's no longer going to proceed. So the first 3 months are very instrumental in making you understand this. Now, communication. Communication. And there's another area of the spread that also talks of matters communication. Communication will be stepped up with a male. And if you are an Aries male, you will be the initiator of the communication. Work. Let's look at your work. Very, like I said, especially in the second quarter, those of you who have, my computer is doing something crazy. Hold on, just let me get rid of it. Okay. I work with a Mac system and I had to go to a Windows system. So, it took me 24 hours to the learning curve was not that easy, but it was okay. Your work, livelihood. For those of you who are have your own business, ladies and gentlemen, this is a time where you're going to step up. You're going to make greater contacts. It's time to, give it your all, because you're on a mission. You've taken a decision and you want to do something specific. Your sense of security will be, knock on wood, your health, your sense of security is going to be measured for you, Aries, by how energetic you feel, how lively you feel, how outgoing you feel, and how long your battery lasts. In 2017 as well, the area of guidance. Where do you get guidance? And before I mentioned maturity here, this is a matter of on the one hand, finding, getting guidance from people who are older than you, the elderly, and people, these are family members basically, and people who have been around the block a couple of times, not necessarily age wise, but they know what they know the ropes of what you're interested in. Guidance is had through someone with experience. Um, then the area of the home front. All right, here there's going to be, scenes of the kind, been there, done that, I've seen that, There's going to be a lot of talk. There's going to be people who will want to come back together and, let's not get a divorce. Let's come back together. And this cha and talk and talk and talk, getting nowhere. There's going to be a lot of that, a lot of that. And on the other hand, wanting to split up and nagging and nagging and nagging. And this unfinished story, this storia senza fine, I'm thinking in Italian, the unforgettable story, the story that never ends. It's talk, it's talk, it's talk. You've made your mind up. They've made their mind up. Just let it go, whatever it is. Now, you're the area of life where you extend yourself to others more on a public basis. If you have some form of a public job, if you have if you're a public figure, this is going to bring you much stability. And if you don't, if you're not in that area, you should look for a position that works with the public, because that is where you are going to be earning a lot of money. Now, there is here, as I highlighted before, there is an area where that you're not. It's a spiritual card here. There's the spiritual area of, the area of who am I, where am I going, what am I doing? Okay, what's my soul's path? Where would I best serve? Where would my divinity be best? Serving. And in this position, in this area, that is going to be the area that causes you, if your mind wanders, that's where it's going to go. You're all busy here, but then you take a break and your mind wanders and it goes there. And you start asking yourself, well, have I made the right choices? Am I going in the right place? Is this what I should be doing? Okay. 2019. Also, decisions that have to be made are going to be made, and the cards are counseling you to get everything in writing. Everything and anything that is of importance to you, get it in writing. And that's where you'll be able to play your cards right. A woman. There's a woman here that is in a position of understanding that this is the moment to call an end to some relationship, to some activity that is no longer useful to you. Call an end to, just say that's enough. Basically, the women will have that and start thinking, this is enough. This is enough. Why does that occur? It does occur because you see around you people who lose their life. It happened to me yesterday. A very dear another colleague, passed away, and she was young. She was young, out of the blue, a heart attack, and then you start asking yourself questions. Females, this will be what happens to you, because you start thinking, well, life is so damn short. Why am I worried about who am I going to go to the movies with? Where am I going? Why do I worry about that? You're going to start really thinking, and it's not going to be grinding thinking. It's going to be resolutionary thinking. Resolutionary, it's resolving, thinking to resolve issues. Now, 2019 is going to call on you, Aries, to be more strategic, something that you are not very good at because you're very instinctive. This is the year where you have to take one step after the other and understand where you're going and what to do. Don't tell everybody who you are. You have to be very careful in what you're doing and who you're telling and planning and make sure that you have all of the bases covered. Also, in other matters of communication, not necessarily written matters of communication, like I mentioned before, this area of one to many in work, in the work area, if you can gravitate towards that. This is an area where you will be receiving many, many accolades, a lot of success, and a lot of honor. Here now, there is a person in your life, and it's going to be another male for males, and a male for a woman, who is going to cause a bit of a problem for you. It's insidious. They will call you out on areas of spirituality. And when I mean spirituality, I'm talking about unconditional love. I'm talking about someone who may say to you, "How could you? I thought you loved me. After 30 years, you throw me away like a tissue," or they give you as an unnecessary burden, and they call on your idea of unconditional love. And you counter with, "Yes, I do love you. We have grown apart. We no longer are growing together. I am growing on my own 2 feet. You need to do the same." And this is the type of challenge that you'll be receiving from a male figure. And then there is love. I mean, there is love. There's love in the woman's house. There's love in the woman's house with the moon. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste, Aries friends. Like, share, and subscribe. I would love that. And Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. And Happy New Year. New Year. First week of January. I'll be back with January forecasts. Bye-bye, ladies and gentlemen.